Hello, wonderful caregivers. It's Lily G, your caregiving support coach. Question: have you ever felt overwhelmed by the misconceptions surrounding caregiving? Well, today we're here to debunk some of the biggest myths, provide a reality check with love, of course, and provide tips on how to break free from these myths. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. Myth number one: caregiving is a duty only for women. All right, wonderful caregivers. Let's shatter this myth that has been around forever. This ideal that caregiving is a woman's responsibility. Spoiler alert, it's not. Caregiving is a human responsibility, and gender has nothing to do with your ability to care for someone you love. For centuries, caregiving has been a stereotype as women's work, tied to societal norms that assign nurturing role to women. This belief still persists in many cultures, leading men to feel excluded or unprepared to step into the caregiving role. It puts unnecessary pressure on women to shoulder the entire burden. Does this sound familiar? Your reality check. Caregiving is not gender specific. Men and women both have the capacity to provide excellent care. Here's the truth: caregiving doesn't come with a gender label. Men are just as capable of providing emotional, physical, and practical support as women. In fact, studies show that men are increasingly stepping into caregiving roles, and they're doing a fantastic job. It's all about love, commitment, and the willingness to learn, not about outdated gender stereotypes. Now let's talk about how to break free from this myth in your family or community. Have open conversations. Sit down with family members and discuss caregiving responsibilities. Make it clear that everyone has a role to play, regardless of gender. Challenge stereotype when you hear someone say, "Oh, that's a woman's work." Gently push back and share example of male caregivers making a difference. Ask for support. If you're a woman and feel that caregiving load is falling entirely on you, ask for help. Create a list of tasks and assign them to family members, including men. Sometimes people need direction to step up. Caregiving is about love and commitment, not about societal stereotypes. Breaking from this myth not only lightens your load, but it also strengthens family bond. When everyone contributes, it creates a deeper sense of connection and shared responsibility. So whether you're a man or a woman, know this: caregiving is about compassion and love and not fitting into some outdated mold. Let's stop thinking of caregiving as a his or her job. It's our job. Together, we make caregiving a shared experience that uplifts everyone involved. Who's with me? Who's with me? Yeah, I'm with you. Who's with me? Yeah, I'm with you. Who's with me? Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Sorry. I just gotta have fun when I'm doing these videos. Okay. Myth number two: caregiving is when the loved one enters a care facility. Let's get real about this myth. I hear it all the time. Once my loved one is in a care facility, my job as a caregiver is done. Spoiler alert! This could be further from the truth. Caregiving doesn't end, it evolves. Let's unpack this together. Some people think placing a loved one in a care facility means they can finally take a step back. While professional caregivers handle the day-to-day care, your role as a family caregiver shifts to being an advocate, emotional supporter, and decision maker. Your presence is still vital to your loved one's quality of life. Your reality check. Caregiving doesn't end, it shifts. Family members often remain key advocates and emotional supporters. Here's the reality. Even in the best care facility, no one knows your loved one like you do. You are their voice, their biggest cheerleader, and sometimes the one who notices when something is just a little off. Care facilities are partners in care and not replacements for your role as a caregiver. Now that we know caregiving doesn't stop here, how can you stay involved and make a difference? Number one, communicate regularly with staff. Introduce yourself to the caregivers and nurses, build a rapport, and stay updated on your loved one's care plan. Visit often and unexpectedly. Scheduled visits are great, but dropping by unannounced can give you a clear picture of how things are going. Be an advocate, ask questions, attend care planning meetings, and speak up if something doesn't seem right. You are your loved one's voice. Number 4, use technology. If you can't visit often, use video calls or apps that allow you to check in with your loved one and the care team. Your continued presence shows love and ensures your loved one gets the best care possible. You are still a caregiver, and your role is incredibly meaningful. By staying involved, you ensure your loved one feels loved, valued, and protected. The care facility may handle the heavy lifting, but you bring the heart, and trust me, that makes all the difference. Caregiving doesn't have to stop. It just changes shape. Think of it as building a partnership between you and your loved one and a care team. Together, you can create a support system that truly works. Myth number 3. Caregivers will always live with the person they are caring for. Let's set the record straight about another myth that might hit close to home. You can only be a good caregiver if you live with the person you're caring for. Spoiler alert! This could be further from the truth. Caregiving isn't about where you are, it's about how you show up. Many people believe that caregiving requires cohabitation, especially in certain cultures where it's seen as a family obligation. But life isn't always set up that way, whether it's due to work, family responsibility, or simply geography. Living with your loved one isn't always possible or necessary. Your reality check. Modern tools and resources make it possible to provide meaningful care from a distance. The truth is, you can provide excellent care and support from a distance with the right tools. Communication and planning. Long-distance caregiving can be just as effective. It's not about being in the same house. It's about being present in your loved one's life in a meaningful way. Some tips to help caregivers. Number 1, use technology. Stay connected. Leverage video calls, text messaging, and smart home devices to check in and monitor your loved one's needs. Coordinate a local support team. Yes, that's right. Connect with neighbors, family and friends, or local service to create a network of support for in-person needs. Schedule regular visits. Even if you're far away, plan visits to handle important tasks or simply to spend quality time with your loved one. Hire professional help. If tasks like cleaning, cooking, or transportation are needed, consider hiring someone to assist you locally. Stay organized. Use apps to manage medications, schedules, appointments, and important documents. Being remote doesn't mean being out of the loop. Your commitment is what matters, not your proximity. Caregiving isn't defined by physical proximity. It's about the love and effort and commitment you bring. Whether you're across the hall or across the country, you can still make a profound difference in your loved one's life. And that's what matters the most. It's showing up in the ways that count. Myth number 4. Only older adults need caregivers. Caregiving is just for older adults. Nope, not true. Caregiving spans all ages, and today we are talking about why caregiving isn't just about helping seniors. It's about supporting everyone who needs extra care. Society often paints caregiving as something exclusively tied to aging parents or grandparents. While elder care is a big part of caregiving, it's not the whole story. What about young adults with a disability or adults recovering from an injury? Caregiving comes in all forms and for people of all ages. Here's your reality check. People of all ages, children, young adult, and middle-aged individuals may need caregiving due to illnesses, disability, or recovery. The truth is, caregiving is about supporting someone who can't fully care for themselves. No matter their age, you might be a child with autism or a partner with a debilitating condition, or even a friend going through cancer treatment. Caregiving isn't about age. It's about meeting the needs of the person you love. Here's how to adapt caregiving across different ages and needs. First, you want to understand their unique challenges. The needs of a young adult with a spinal cord injury will differ from that of an aging parent. Take time to learn what's specific to their situation. Seek age-appropriate resources. Look for a support group, therapist, or organization tailored to the demographic you're caring for, whether that's pediatric specialists or young adult advocacy group. Stay flexible. Needs can change over time, so be ready to adapt your caregiving approach as they grow or recover. Caregiving is about showing up for the people you care about, no matter how old they are. Let's define caregiving together. It's not about age, it's about love and support. Myth number 5. Caregiving is only physical work. Caregiving is just about physical tasks like bathing or feeding, right? Nope. Caregiving is so much more than that. And we're going to dispel this common misconception. People often think of caregiving as just a physical labor, helping with meals, mobility, or hygiene. While those tasks are important, they're only part of the picture. What about coordinating doctor's appointments, navigating insurance, or providing emotional support? The mental and emotional load of caregiving is just as significant and often overlooked. Your reality check. Emotional support, managing healthcare logistics, and financial planning are also crucial aspects of caregiving. Caregiving involves a whole spectrum of responsibilities, from managing medications to advocating for your loved one needs. You're not just a caregiver. You're a scheduler, you're a therapist, a cheerleader, and even sometimes a financial planner. These roles take just as much, if not more, effort as the physical tasks. Here's how you can manage all the non-physical aspects of caregiving. Use tools for organization. Use apps or a simple planner can help you track appointments, medication, and tasks. Delegate when possible. Share administrative tasks like bill payment or scheduling with other family members or trusted friends. Advocate for your loved ones. Learn how to speak up for their needs in medical or legal settings. It's one of the most important roles you can play. Take breaks for yourself. The mental load of caregiving can be heavy. Make sure you're scheduling time for self-care to recharge. Your contributions, seen and unseen, are invaluable to your loved one's well-being. Caregiving is a full body, full heart experience. You're doing more than just helping with physical needs. You're shaping your loved one's life in countless ways. Remember, it's okay to acknowledge the emotional and mental effort you're putting in. Myth number 6. Caregiving always means sacrificing your own life. Let's talk about a myth that adds unnecessary guilt to an already challenging role. To be a good caregiver, you have to give up your own life. Does this sound familiar? Well, I'm here to tell you that this is not true. Let's separate facts from fiction. Let's break it down together. There's this widespread belief that caregiving is an all or nothing role. People think you can't have a career, hobbies, relationship, or even time to yourself if you're a caregiver. But this ideal is both unrealistic and unhealthy. Caregiving isn't about losing yourself. It's about balancing your life with your loved one's needs. Reality check. While caregiving requires adjustment, yes, it doesn't mean giving up your identity or future. Healthy caregiving includes balancing your needs with those of your loved ones. The truth is, caregiving doesn't have to mean sacrificing everything you care about. While it's true that caregiving requires adjustment and time management, you can still pursue your passions, maintain your relationships, and even grow as a person while being a caregiver. Here's some tips for my wonderful caregivers. Set boundaries. Clearly define what you can and cannot do. Communicate this to your loved ones and family members. Prioritize time. Use a planner or app to organize caregiving tasks alongside your personal goals. Block off time for yourself daily, even if it's just 15 minutes. Number 3, delegate, delegate, delegate. Do I need to say it again? Don't hesitate to ask family members, friends, or professional caregivers to help. Maintain relationships with friends and loved ones. A supportive network can recharge your life and lift your spirits. Yes, that's where I said invest in your well-being. Pursue hobbies, attend classes, or exercise regularly. You can support your loved one without losing yourself. By staying true to your own life, you're setting an example of resilience and balance. Remember, caregiving isn't about sacrificing your life. It's about sharing your life with someone you care for. By taking care of yourself, you're not just helping yourself, you're ensuring that your loved one gets the best version of you. You can be a great caregiver without losing yourself in the process. So let's throw out this myth out the window. Caregiving doesn't mean your life is over. It just means life is changing. And change can be an opportunity for growth. Myth number 7. Only family members can be caregivers. Let's tackle a myth that already puts unnecessary pressure on families. Caregiving is something only family members can do or should do. Not true. Caregiving is a community effort, and it doesn't have to fall solely on the family shoulder. Let's bust this myth wide open. Many people believe caregiving is a family obligation, leaving no room for friends, neighbors, or professionals to step in. This misconception can lead to feeling of guilt for family caregivers or lack of support for those without close family ties. But here's the truth. Caregiving doesn't have to and shouldn't be limited to family members. I've worked in the healthcare space for over 20 years, and I thank God for those neighbors and friends who stepped up to the plate to help someone out with limited or no support. The reality is that caregiving is about meeting the needs of your loved ones, and that often requires a team approach. It's not about who provides the care, it's about ensuring the care is effective and compassionate. Some tips to help you, my wonderful caregiver. Here's how to build a network that goes beyond family. Number 1, identify potential helpers. Reach out to friends, neighbors, or community groups who might be willing to help with a certain task. Leverage professional services. Hire professional caregivers, health aides, or a meal delivery service to share the load. Use community resources. Tap into local organizations, nonprofits, or faith-based groups offering caregiving support. Communicate clearly. Be honest about your needs and ask for help directly. Sometimes people want to help but don't know how to help. It's okay to rely on others. Caregiving thrives when it's a team effort, not a solo mission. In fact, bringing in outside help often strengthens your ability to provide care. You're not failing your loved one by asking for help. You're making sure they get the best care possible. So let's ditch the idea that caregiving is a family job. It's a shared journey. And the more hands on deck, the better. So there you have it. We've exposed some of the realities behind the myth that can hold us back from finding balance and building the support we need. But now that we know the truth, let's walk in our caregiving journey with love, peace of mind, and confidence, knowing that you are not alone. If this video helped you rethink some myths, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear. And do me a favor, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and inspiration on navigating your caregiving journey. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, taking care of yourself is just as important as taking care of others. You got this. Remember, I am Lily G, your caregiving coach, and until the next time we meet again, take care. Bye-bye.